You know what that music means. Thank you for tuning into this brand new Round 2 Wrestling podcast here on the 16th of April, 2024. Before we kick things off, I'd like to wish my son happy birthday and turning 11 years old today. Pierce, I love you, and I hope everything for you goes well and easy for you in life. Have fun on your special day. For those first-time listeners, let me break down Round 2 Wrestling for you. Round 2 Wrestling is similar to a news-style broadcast. We have several segments, or in this case, rounds. Round 1 is the Pro Wrestling Rumor Mill. This could be fabricated bullshit. It could have a grain of truth to it. It could be an outright lie. That's what makes the Rumor Mill so exciting. It's up to you, the fan, to decide what you'd like to believe. Round 2, Pro Wrestling News. This is actual confirmed news from multiple sports outlets and accredited writers, brought to you by me, SlimmDa KID, and Round 2 Wrestling. Round 3, title matches. Did your favorite promotion have a pay-per-view or a title defense this weekend? I, SlimmDa KID, have done the homework for you and have those results for you coming up later in the show. However, we are at the beginning of our broadcast, so let's take a listen to the bullshit and the what-ifs and the gossip. This is Round 1, the Pro Wrestling Rumor Mill. Here we go. Seth Rollins is due to take time off after WrestleMania, according to Wrestling Observer. Quote unquote, the hope is he'll be gone for about 4 months. A Sports Illustrated report on Nick Khan says the WWE president is looking into collaborating with other wrestling promotions, something unheard of in the Vince McMahon era. Damian Priest recently signed a deal to be represented by Paradigm, a talent agency for representation in all areas, says Variety. According to The Observer, Jacob Fatu will be quote-unquote starting soon in WWE, and when he does, he'll be quote-unquote getting a push. TMZ Sports says they were told WWE would love to work with former NFL center and Philadelphia Eagle Jason Kelce in the future after he did so well at WrestleMania 40. Stephanie McMahon has not officially returned to WWE as an employer, an executive, in any way, shape, or form, quote-unquote, and this is according to PW Insider sources. According to SE Scoops, AEW star Hook is interested in exploring his options in free agency once his contract with All Elite Wrestling expires later this year. New Japan Pro Wrestling's Windy City Riot pay-per-view took place this past weekend. Renee Paquette and AEW president Tony Khan were both at the show to watch AEW's Jon Moxley become the new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. The Wrestling Observer newsletter notes that they were told a few weeks ago, quote-unquote, that unlike Vince McMahon and John Laurinaitis, Brock Lesnar actually will be back in WWE at some point. According to Fightful, though there was concern that AEW's Julia Hart may have been injured on Rampage, she is still listed for the Dynasty pay-per-view and is expected to work that particular event. That's it. That draws to a conclusion Round 1 in the Pro Wrestling Rumor Mill. Let's jump right over to Round 2. This is Pro Wrestling News. Current Combat One Wrestling One World Champion Matt Riddle seemingly done with New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Oh my God!
This past weekend at New Japan Pro Wrestling's Windy City Riot pay-per-view, then New Japan Pro Wrestling World Television Champion Matt Riddle lost to former World Television Champion Zack Sabre Jr. However, the loss isn't what people are talking about. Rather, what Riddle did after the match had people talking. Rather than selling the defeat, Riddle quickly exited the ring and returned up the entrance ramp, high-fiving fans along the way and making it seem like nothing had happened. This has sparked rumors that Riddle's tenure with New Japan Pro Wrestling has ended despite only getting started with the company. According to Dave Meltzer, while speaking on Wrestling Observer Radio, there is no confirmation that this is the case. Riddle is still working with Major League Wrestling and has several dates listed with New Japan Pro Wrestling throughout the rest of 2024. We have an update on an injured AEW wrestler.
Oh my God!
In March of last year, Miro informed social media that he has been dealing with a shoulder injury since September of last year, and I will correct myself, it was March of this year that he made that particular announcement. Miro told Sportskeeda that he had sustained injuries to both his shoulder and elbow, finally getting them sorted in January this year with shots. He is recovering, rehabbing, and looking to return stronger than ever. Miro signed a 4-year extension with AEW in 2022, suggesting he still has unfinished business within the promotion. Former WWE champion says he may never be medically cleared to wrestle again.
You what?
WWE's Big E has been out of action since March 2022 after taking an overhead belly-to-belly suplex from Ridge Holland at ringside. Big E accidentally landed on the top of his head and was taken to the hospital, where he was later diagnosed with a broken neck. In an update on social media, he said that the 2-year neck scan shows that things haven't changed and he may never get medically cleared. The good news is that he says he is pain-free and healthy. Big E has filled part of his time up during his hiatus from being in the ring, working with and on behalf of WWE, such as working with the then USFL Michigan Panthers last year in Detroit, Michigan. Legal update on the Billy Jack Haynes murder mystery.
That's fucking stupid.
Former WWF star William Billy Jack Haynes was scheduled for a bail hearing on the 3rd of April in relation to his arrest on charges of murder in the second degree and unlawful use of a weapon in relation to the death of his wife, Jeanette Beecraft, 85, in Portland, Oregon, this past February. That hearing was pushed back to the 13th of May in order to allow both sides additional time to prepare and investigate the circumstances of the case. Haynes held police on an initial multi-hour standoff before surrendering to authorities. Inside his home, police found the body of his 85-year-old wife, who had been shot and killed with a shotgun-type weapon. We here at Round 2 Wrestling will keep you, the fan, updated on this murder mystery as more news comes out and is available. When it rains, it pours. Former WWE CEO Vince McMahon lists all remaining shares available for purchase.
Oh my God!
Vince McMahon, former CEO and owner of WWE, listed for sale the rest of his 8 million shares in TKO stock this week, a value of approximately $786 million. This is on the heels of McMahon selling nearly $500 million in TKO stock back in March and $700 million in TKO stocks in November of 2023. In total, McMahon has liquidated nearly $1.5 billion from various sales. The 78-year-old has resigned as TKO executive chairman, and this took place this past January after being accused of sex trafficking and sexual assault in a lawsuit. No word yet on any legal actions resulting from his pending lawsuit, or if the legal issues have a direct impact on McMahon selling his remaining TKO shares. Women's World Champion vacates title due to injury.
You what?
WWE Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley announced last night on WWE Monday Night Raw that she would be vacating the title immediately due to an injury suffered during a match with Liv Morgan. No announcement as to how WWE will crown a new champion, nor was there any word on a return timetable for Ripley other than many months. That's it. That's all the news that we could find, and that is the end of round 2 pro wrestling news. Without any further hesitation, we're going to jump into a very stuffed round 3 title matches. However, warning, this next segment may contain spoilers for your favorite promotions and pay-per-views, including results from the New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestling World pay-per-view, New Japan Pro Wrestling Windy City Riot pay-per-view, AEW's Battle of the Belts 10, Ring of Honor, WWE, NXT, MLW, NWA, CMLL, AAA, All Japan, Stardom, RevPro, etc., etc. Gotta be quick. NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez defeated Natalya to retain the NXT Women's Championship. Nathan Frazier and Axiom defeated NXT Tag Team Champions Wolf Dogs to become the new NXT Tag Team Champions. Joe Alonzo defeated NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion Colby Corino to become the new NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion. NWA Women's World Tag Team Champions the King Bees defeated Pretty Empowered to retain the NWA Women's World Tag Team titles. AEW TNT Champion Adam Copeland defeated Penta El Zero Miedo to retain the AEW TNT Championship. AEW TBS Champion Julia Hart defeated Legit Layla Hirsch to retain the AEW TBS Championship. TNA Digital Media Champion Crazy Steve defeated Laredo Kid by disqualification. TNA Digital Media Champion Crazy Steve retains the title. New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's Champion Stephanie Vaquer defeated AZM to retain the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's Championship. TMDK defeated West Coast Wrecking Crew, Rosser and Lawler, and New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Tag Team Champions Gorillas of Destiny to become the new New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Tag Team Champions. Zack Sabre Jr. defeated New Japan Pro Wrestling World Television Champion Matt Riddle to become the new New Japan Pro Wrestling World TV Champion. Jon Moxley defeated New Japan Pro Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion Tetsuya Naito to become the new New Japan Pro Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion. AEW FTW Champion Hook defeated Shane Taylor to retain the AEW FTW Championship. Ring of Honor Women's World Champion Athena defeated Red Velvet to retain the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. IWGP Tag Team Champions Bishamon defeated Just 5 Guys to retain the IWGP Tag Team titles. Hiroshi Tanahashi, Toru Yano, and Bolton Oleg defeated House of Torture to win the vacant Never Six-Man Tag Team titles. RevPro Undisputed British Women's Champion Dani Luna defeated Sapphire Reed to retain the RevPro Undisputed British Women's Championship. RevPro Undisputed British Cruiserweight Champion Jordan Breaks defeated Robbie X to retain the RevPro Undisputed British Cruiserweight Championship. WWE Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn defeated Chad Gable to retain the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Those are all the titles that I could find and all the results that I could bring to you, the fan. Be sure to listen to Round 2 Wrestling again in case you missed your favorite promotion and whether or not your champion is still champion or if a new champion was crowned. This is the end of this podcast. I am your host with the most wrestling information, SlimmDa KID. Be sure to tune in next week as I bring you more news, more rumors, and more results from the world of professional wrestling.